You and Elon Musk get the same 24 hours every single day, the same 1440 minutes, the same 86,400 seconds. So why does this life look nothing like yours? It is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to say out loud. The rich and the poor do not just have different bank accounts, they have completely different relationships with time itself. And until you understand that difference, you will keep working hard, staying busy, and wondering why nothing is really changing. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what wealthy people see when they look at a clock, something that most people never figure out in their entire lifetime. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Stay with me because the third point in this video completely changed the way I live my life. Number one is poor people sell time and wealthy people buy it back. Here's the first thing that separates wealthy people from everybody else. Most of us have been taught one single lesson about money our whole lives. Work hard, work more hours, earn more money, and for a while that seems to make sense. So we take on extra shifts. We stay late at the office. We sacrifice our evenings and our weekends, all in the hope that someday we'll have enough. But wealthy people figured out something completely different. They realized that trading your time for money is a trap, because there is a ceiling on how many hours you can sell. You cannot work 30 hours a day. Your income will always be limited by the number of hours in a body. So instead of selling more time, they focused on one obsessive question, that how do I buy my time back? They hire people for the tasks that do not need them personally. They build systems that work without their constant attention. They invest money so that money starts doing the work instead of their hands. And this is not about being lazy. This is about being strategic. When a wealthy person pays somebody else to do a task that takes 2 hours, they are not spending money. They are purchasing 2 hours of their own life back. 2 hours they can now use to build something better, something bigger. Ask yourself this question honestly. Are you spending your time to make money, or are you using your money to protect your time? That one question will tell you everything about where you are right now. Number two is wealthy people do not manage their time. They design it. The second thing wealthy people understand is something that most people completely miss. We are all taught about time management. Make a to-do list, set priorities, use a planner, and while those things have value, they are not what sets wealthy people apart. The difference is this: most people react to their day, wealthy people design it. Think about the average person's morning. The alarm goes off, they check their phones, they scroll through messages and social media. Somebody sends a problem, and suddenly their entire day is spent reacting to the other people's priorities. They go to bed exhausted, having been busy all day but having built nothing for themselves. And wealthy people protect their mornings like their life depends on it, because it really does. They decide the night before what the most important thing is that must be done the next day. They wake up and go directly to that thing before the world can interrupt them. They block specific hours on their calendar for deep, focused work. And those blocks are non-negotiable. The way a doctor's appointment is non-negotiable. They understand that your calendar does not lie. Show me anyone's calendar and I'll show you their real priorities in life. Not the ones they talk about, but the ones they actually live. Here's a powerful habit you can start today. Every Sunday evening, sit down and design your week. Not just your meeting and your duties. Design the hours that belong to your future. Block time for the work that will move your life forward, and protect those blocks as if they are the most important meetings of your career, because they really are. Number three is they think in years and everybody else think in days. Now this is the point that changed everything for me, and I promised you I would not let you miss it. Wealthy people and ordinary people are not just doing different things. They are thinking on a completely different time scale. The average person thinks about today, maybe this week. What do I need to get done by Friday? How do I make it to the end of the month? Wealthy people are thinking in years, in decades, and sometimes in generations. When Warren Buffett makes an investment, he's not thinking about what it'll do in next 6 months. He's thinking about where it'll be in 10 years. When somebody builds a business, they're not just solving today's problem. They are building a machine that will create value long after they step away from it. And this long-term thinking changes every single decision they make. A person thinking about today will spend money on things that feel good right now. And a person who's thinking in years will invest that same money in skills, in assets, and in relationships that will multiply over time. A person thinking about today will avoid difficult conversations because they are uncomfortable. And a person thinking in years will have those conversations because they know that clarity today saves enormous pain tomorrow. There is a beautiful concept that says, the tree you plant today, you may not sit under its shade tomorrow, but plant it anyway. That's exactly how wealthy people think about time. They are always planting trees. So here is the exercise. Take out a piece of paper right now and write down where you want to be in 3 years. Not in general terms. Be specific. What do you want your income to look like? What skill do you want to have mastered? What kind of a person do you want to have become? Once you have that picture clearly, then ask yourself, is what I'm doing today moving me toward that or away from it? That one question, if asked daily, will transform your life. Number 4 is they understand the true cost of wasted time. The fourth thing wealthy people understand is something that sounds very simple but carries enormous weight. They know that wasted time is not free. When most people waste an hour, they feel slightly guilty and then they move on. But wealthy people feel something very different. They feel that real cost of that hour in their bones. They understand that every hour wasted is not just an hour lost. It is also the value that hour could have created, permanently gone. It is the compounding that will never happen. It is the skill that will not be built. It is the relationships that will not be deepened. It is the opportunity that will not exist. And this is not about guilt. This is not about working every single second of your life. Wealthy people rest, but they rest intentionally. They play, but they play with presence. They know the difference between recovery, which refuels you, and distraction, which steals from you. Social media without intention is a thief. Hours of mindless scrolling do not relax the mind. They exhaust it. They cost something that can never be returned. Wealthy people guard their attention the way a soldier guards a gate. Because they know that where your attention goes, your life goes. Your time is not just a resource. It is your life measured out in hours. Every hour you spend is an hour of your one life that you will never see again. Spend it like it matters, because it does. Number 5 is they invest in themselves to multiply their time. The final and perhaps the most powerful thing wealthy people understand about time is this. The fastest way to get more out of your time is to become more yourself. Let me explain what I mean. When you learn a skill that makes you twice as effective at something, you have not just saved time, you have effectively doubled the productive value of every hour you put into that area for the rest of your life. That is compounding applied not just to money, but to your human potential. Wealthy people read books, not for entertainment alone, but to install somebody else's years of experience directly into their mind in a few hours. They pay for coaches and mentors, not because they cannot figure things out alone, but because they know that the right guidance can collapse years of trial and error into a few months of progress. They prioritize their health because they understand that a sharp, energized, healthy mind produces far more in 8 hours than an exhausted, unfocused mind does in 16. They understand that investing in yourself is never an expense. It is the highest return on investment that exists in the world. And here is what I want you to take away from this video. You don't need more time. You don't need to become the person who uses the time you already have differently. The transformation begins with one decision made today. So let me leave you with this. Time is the one resource that every human being gets equally. No one gets more of it because they are richer, and no one gets less of it because they were born in a difficult situation. But what you do with that time, how you see it, how you value it, how you protect it and invest it, that is where everything in your life is decided. The wealthy are not lucky. They are just made a decision earlier to treat the time as the most precious thing they own. And today you can make that one decision, that same decision. And now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which one of the 5 points hit you the hardest. Was it the idea of buying your time back, or was it designing a week instead of reacting to it? Or was it the concept of thinking in years instead of days? Drop in the comments right now, because when you write it down, something shifts inside you. That is where real change begins. And if this video added value to your thinking today, do one thing: hit that like button and share this with one person in your life who needs to hear it. Because sometimes one video watched the right moment can change the direction of someone's entire life. Subscribe if you have not already, because on this channel we do not just talk about success, we build the mindset that makes success inevitable. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care.